Hi guys, today I'd like to share another story with you about my grandmother and how we create our own reality, and I do truly believe that. And if you listen to Joe Dispenza, Abraham Hicks, Dolores Cannon, any people like that, they will also have talks on how we create our own reality. And Joe Dispenza is now doing the scientific research on how people who are blind are now seeing, and standing in or who were in wheelchairs who are now walking. And when my grandmother was very young, she was with her mother and her mother's partner, and her mother wasn't very happy and wasn't being treated well. And my grandmother got angry this day, and she grew up in a small town in Victoria, in Australia, called Numurkah. And this day she said that she was so angry, and she stormed outside, out onto the front porch, and she picked up a chair, and she said, if there is a God, why would you make my mother go through this? And she threw the chair out onto the lawn, just purely in anger and frustration. And after she did that, she said she felt that quite stupid for doing it, and she walked out and she picked up the chair. And as she picked up the chair, she looked up into the sky, and right there, clear as day, in the clouds, there was clouds in the sky, and right in front of her, it said, I am. Oh, I got goosebumps just thinking about it, just saying it. And she looked at that and she said, I am. She said, I am what? And as I've grown up, and my grandmother would tell me these stories, a few years ago, I found a talk that was talking about I am, and how the word, or the words I am, are the two most powerful words in the world, or in the universe. Because for whatever you put after those two words is what you are. And therefore, or in my opinion, I know myself, we are definitely our own worst critics. And I used to speak to myself, my inner talk, worse than I would speak to any of my friends or family. And speaking to a lot of my friends, they also agree that they do the same thing. And there's no need for it. I believe we came here for a life of love, and love is not sexual. Love is just an emotion. And we also came here for joy and to enjoy ourselves. I know that I used to be married to my job. I used to work 7 days a week. If I wasn't working, then I'd be working on projects, or my next business venture or something like that, just thinking that we were meant to be here to work, because that's what I grew up around with my family. And now I realize that that's not what it's all about. It's just about being. And looking at meditation, I mean, a lot of people will say meditation is doing nothing. Yet meditation is something that can be incredibly powerful. It can also be incredibly difficult, to actually even just go and sit in emotion, or sit in a feeling that is uncomfortable, and not push it away. And that story from my grandmother basically helped me immensely when it came to my next awakening, or my next epiphany, however you want to look at it. In as much as the inner self-talk is so important, that inner love is so important. And don't ever don't talk down to yourself. When you're having a tough day, everything's going to be okay. My favorite affirmation, if I'm having an interesting day, is everything always works out perfectly for me. And no matter whether I can see it or not at the time, it doesn't matter, because everything always works out perfectly for me. And just repeating that to yourself, or for me, repeating it to myself a few times, and I think, you know what, it does. And as we move forward in life, from what I have seen in my own life and from my own reflection or self-reflection, is as we move forward, we can't connect dots. We can only connect the dots when we're looking back. So therefore, when I feel like I'm having a bad day, I can't know that it's not perfect and it's not exactly as it's meant to be, which in my opinion it is, because I can't join the dots without looking backwards, but I can't move forwards without looking forwards. Therefore, just be in the moment, just enjoy the experience, and understand that being in control of your own emotions is the most powerful thing in the world. Because if you can stand in front of someone who isn't or is having an interesting day, or as I like to say, I heard from a client of mine, if we're having a tough day, then it's a fascinating day. So if I'm having a fascinating day, then I think this is exactly as it's meant to be. And if someone's standing there and they're raising their voice and getting angry, and you can stand there and not get upset and just stay in your own frame, there's nothing more powerful than that. And you'll find, or I have found, that when I come up against these challenging situations where people are frustrated and they're raising their voice and getting quite animated, and I can stay in my own frame and stay calm and just say, I'm really sorry you're having a bad day. Is there anything I can do for you? They will then turn around and they will start to calm down. And then they apologize and say, I don't know why I got upset, or I'm sorry that happened. And it's very, very amazing to watch or to see. And I think as I keep going on my journey and focusing on the self-mastery and self-growth, self-development, I find myself seeing people upset or seeing people happy, and understanding that it's so beautiful to see people who are upset, who are happy, because these emotions are here to guide us and show us what we're feeling, where I'm at emotionally, internally. And once you realize that and embrace it, there's nothing more beautiful in the world, in my opinion. Feelings are here to help us. We may not be taught how to deal with them in school, and I do believe that probably that should be on the curriculum. I'd like to thank you for being here and getting through this talk with me, or story, and just a bit of a ramble. And I think I will do another talk very shortly on feelings and emotions, and sitting in feelings and emotions, and how I used to meditate and go to this magical place. And actually, I was using meditation as an escape instead of being able to grow or self-growth. And I'll do a talk about that very soon. But please leave your comments down below. Let me know your feelings, your thoughts. Have you experienced writing in the clouds when you've asked a question, or the signs that you see in your life? I see numbers every day, and I'll actually do a talk about that, because it's it's very interesting. I'd love to be able to actually get it all on video. That just blows my mind, the signs I get every single day. But please feel free to leave your comments down below. Let me know your experiences, because I'd love to hear them. Please remember to be respectful in the comments, and know that I'm sending you much love and much light. And my name is Mark, and it's my intention to help to inspire others to find and share the love and light in their life. So thank you for listening. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a wonderful day.